Let me count the ways. Camille walked over to Mr. Leonard and bent down to stroke his head, then looked up at them accusingly. I hope you remember this, what a laugh riot you're having when you're singing to rocks. A guilty hush came over the table. In the silence, Warren had a chance to take in the spectacle of his children. Dustin, his college-bound son, shirtless as usual and eating an Egg McMuffin he must have picked up on the way home from surfing, preparing for another deafening day of band practice in the garage. Lyle, his red-headed, misanthropic daughter, 16 years old and wearing a T-shirt with "Death to Sandwiches" stenciled on the front, her latest protest against corporate advertising. Jonas, 11, and haunted by death. What could he say about Jonas? Every morning he poured granola in his bowl and then spent 5 minutes picking out all the raisins and dates, only to sprinkle them back on top. He liked to know where they were, so they wouldn't surprise him. Today he was wearing an orange windbreaker over a matching orange shirt. Warren felt something brush his heart, a draft of despair. He glanced under the table. Orange corduroys, and, glaring conspicuously above Jonas's topsiders, coral-colored socks. Jonas, you're dressed entirely in orange. Jonas nodded. He's exercising his individuality, Lyle said. Dustin clapped Jonas on the back. I admire you for making the rest of us seem normal. Warren watched his orange son picking raisins from his cereal. He had enough on his mind already without worrying about the boy's mental health. You look like a carrot. Thank you, Jonas said politely. Warren frowned. He picked up the front page of the newspaper and was confronted with Mandy Rogers, the mentally retarded girl who'd disappeared from school. It had been 2 weeks since she went missing. There were signs hanging all over town, the flat, porpoisey face grinning at you from under a cowboy hat, eerie and inescapable. Warren drove by the Rogers' house, its squadron of news vans, on the way to his office every day. I wish they'd just find that poor girl's body, he said. You don't know she's dead, Camille said. I wish you wouldn't go putting ideas in their heads. What do you think? She just wandered off? Yeah, Mom, Lyle said. She's waiting at the Lost and Found. Maybe it's the same guy who stole the Chrysler, Dustin said. I doubt it. Car thieves don't generally abduct people. Warren said this without batting an eye. There were surfboards leaning undisturbed in all their neighbors' yards, yet Warren's family had believed him when he'd said the Chrysler was stolen. It dismayed him how easy it had been. A fake call to the police, a trip downtown to file a report. The truth was he'd spent the afternoon at the office. He'd smoothed any wrinkles of doubt by telling them there were bands of crooks who specialized in gated communities, knowing that people left their keys in the car. Sitting ducks, he'd called the families of Herradura estates. In truth, Warren had been in denial about the Chrysler. He'd hoped, despite the fact that he hadn't made a payment in 6 months, had ignored the bill collector's increasingly terse and belligerent notices, that the lender might just forget the whole business. Instead, the men had come at night, while Warren was asleep. He'd gone out to the driveway with Mr. Leonard and found a dark drool of oil where his car had been, and the stain was only a herald of things to come. There was the furniture, the new Maytag washer, the house itself. Dustin finished his breakfast, licking some grease that had run down his wrist. It was such a boyish gesture, so casually innocent, that the taste of fear eased back down Warren's throat. He would protect this innocence at all costs. If that meant lying to his family until he found a way out of this mess, so be it. How are the deadbeats? He asked Dustin, who'd gotten up to wash his hands in the sink.